I'm Judy Zelina. Thank you for watching us on Millcreek Government Channel again. How many times have you heard that you should get a flu shot? There's good reason for the hype. Over the past few years, the influenza vaccine has prevented millions of flu cases and tens and thousands of related hospitalizations, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Even if you're super healthy, your coworkers, friends, or family may not be. Getting vaccinated protects you and them from catching and spreading the flu. LifeWorks Erie is a unique organization that understands the importance of flu vaccines. Here today to tell us about the LifeWorks 2016 influenza campaign is Susan Jaskowitz, a registered nurse with LifeWorks, and Kathy Bruno. She's a LifeWorks member service associate. Ladies, thank you for joining us. It's always great to have LifeWorks on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
There's always something new to talk about. This actually isn't a new subject. We've talked about the flu campaign throughout the years. You're still going to be doing it again this year.
It's our 39th year.
39?
39.
Wow. Kathy, how long have you been working on this flu campaign? Well, you've been with LifeWorks how long?
I've been with LifeWorks about 18 years, but I've been the coordinator of the campaign for about 8.
Okay.
So it's been a challenge, and it's a lot of fun, and helping everyone get protected from the flu.
That's right, number one.
That's the
and
number
Susan,
one.
you've been with LifeWorks how long now?
I started in September of last year, but I have been a nurse for 22 years, and so one of the main focuses for us is making sure that people do get their flu vaccines every year, especially when they're in the hospital and things like that. But always been an advocate of getting a flu vaccine.
So you know the ups and downs and ins and outs.
Yes.
And the importance of getting a flu shot. Now, you guys usually have a kickoff. Mm-hmm. Okay, for this campaign. Mm-hmm. Tell us, our viewers, about the kickoff.
The kickoff starts September 21st at the Shrine Club from 8 till 3.
Right.
We have a large amount of vendors. There'll be food. There's something for everyone. You'll be taking away some vendor items, some pens, and those types of things. And it's a lot of fun, and you can spend the day. And we do have the Millcreek police taking care of the traffic there, and you can get a lift ride from your car, because the Shrine Club parking lot is kind of big. So if you have some ambulatory issues or anything like that, the lift will pick you up from your car and bring you right into the center.
So you have that all set up too. Mm-hmm. If I have to park way at the end.
Yeah.
The lift is offered, there's shuttle around the parking lot, so.
See,
Nice
I'll
and
tell you what,
convenient.
you have great community support when it comes to this event,
Everybody
don't
is
you?
great.
Yes, we do.
Everybody is great to work with. Most importantly, get your flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to ask you guys, number one, why is getting the flu shot so important?
Getting the flu shot maintains your overall health and well-being. The flu is a very devastating infection for a lot of folks, especially the older folks. Mm-hmm. Nursing homes, when they get their residents get the flu, a lot of them get hospitalized. Mm-hmm. People have died from the flu. Mm-hmm.
You don't think about that. You think, oh, the flu, some aches and pains, and that's it, and it goes away. But
it's much more than that. Complications develop.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't pneumonia like one of the complications?
Pneumonia is. When you have the flu, you have temperatures over 101, you have a cough, you have body aches, you are down in bed. It's not a regular cold. If left unattended, and a lot of folks, don't seek treatment, they'll think, oh, I'll just ride it out, and they can end up with the pneumonia as well, on top of it as a secondary infection.
Okay, now, we talked a little bit about this, and I find this very interesting. There are so many myths that are associated with getting a flu shot. I know, I've heard them. No offense, but I know I used them before I met up with you guys. So some of these were my excuses too. I do get a flu shot every year from this wonderful organization. And we'll talk a little bit more about why I think it's so important to support LifeWorks. Okay, myths. You've got a top 10 list of myths for me, don't you?
Actually, I have a top 10 list that I give folks who tell me that I don't need to get a flu shot, I'll be fine. So one of the top 10 things that we always look at is where you pick up the bacteria from. So one of the top 10 is your cell phone. How many times do we touch our cell phone every day? And probably 200 to 300 times. And this is throughout the day. So we've touched other surfaces, and then we go back and touch our cell phone. So there's one. The steering wheel of your car, believe it or not, we don't really clean that very well. The dashboard of your vehicle, because you cough and you sneeze onto, and we don't clean that off. Gloves. okay? So if you have knit gloves, you can throw them in the washer.
Right.
Because you're reintroducing that bacteria every time you put those gloves on. Leather gloves, not so much. You don't really want to pitch those because they're...
have leather gloves.
Well, you have to get new gloves.
Okay.
Door handles of stores. When you, I mean, think of how many people go in and out of stores every day who may or may not have washed their hands after, you know, personal hygiene or anything like that. Grocery store cart handles. So I love the stores that have the wipes that you can wipe your stuff down. And you also want to wipe the inside of the basket part because you're going to set your handbag on that type of thing. So your refrigerator door handles, because we know that we're in and out of our refrigerator several times a day. The top of your soap dispenser, because traditionally we don't wash our thumbs when we wash our hands, and that's the first point of contact after you've used the restroom, is the top of that. And then there's the second one is 4 parts. If you're going to go out to a restaurant, you're going to touch the ketchup bottle, the salt and pepper shakers, the menu, and if you drink out of a bar glass or a glass from the restaurant, you want to look at it and make sure it's clean, because if it's not, you know, that's the quickest way to get sick. And then number 1 is tied. There's two. It's twofold. Money. We all touch money. Think about where money's been, from, you know, how, depending on how old it is or what have you. But
it's been everywhere.
Money's filthy. And the biggest thing is your toothbrush. Believe it or not, according to the American Dental Association, you're supposed to change your toothbrush every 3 to 4 months. Most people don't change theirs until they get a new one when they go for their cleaning. I personally am, you know, changing mine every month, but you definitely want to change it after you've been ill, because you're reintroducing that bacteria into your mouth every time you use your toothbrush. People often say, I'll microwave the toothbrush. Well, you're just releasing toxic chemicals when you do that. So it's just best to throw out the toothbrush and get a new one. So.
Great list of everything I can never touch again, or I have to walk around with sanitizer in every pocket. What I want to talk about now then is, we were talking a little earlier about the myths, and there are myths out there about the flu. There are myths that, of course, and I know them very well because I used them too myself before I started getting the flu shot with you guys. The number one, and I think you hear this one all the time, I don't want to get a flu shot because it's going to give me the flu.
You can never get the flu from a flu vaccine. The reason for that is because it's a dead virus that you're being injected with. So if it were a live virus, maybe you might have some symptoms from it, but the purpose of the flu vaccine is not to give you the flu, it's to prevent you from getting it. And if you do get the flu, it would be less severe.
Okay. Another one is, it doesn't really matter if I get a flu shot.
It certainly matters if you get a flu shot. You're protecting yourself, your family,
And
your friends,
family.
your coworkers.
You know, even if you wouldn't necessarily get the flu yourself, if you have young children, elderly parents, you know, they can all be affected by that. You can just be a carrier of the flu.
Okay,
so.
here's another one. The young people. I'm young, I'm healthy, I don't need a flu shot, that's just for old people. Not so true, huh?
No, not at all. You can be very healthy, but if you're around a lot of folks who do have the flu, even if you're, you know, a little tired, a little fatigued, your immunity's down a little bit, you can still get the flu.
Everyone can get the flu, all ages.
What age group do you vaccinate?
Ages 9 and older.
Okay. And now that's the age group you vaccinate. Do young children even, preschool?
Yes, actually, 6 months. 6 months and over. So when you're getting your child's first vaccinations at 3 months, and then at 6 months they will get the flu vaccine. But all people 6 months and over should have a flu vaccine.
Okay.
And they'd go to their family doctor, their pediatrician.
Yes, to get that.
And then I heard people say, well, I don't need to get one every year. If I get one like every other year, that's not true.
No, that's not true either. You need to get a flu vaccine every year, and the reason for that is because every year the flu strain changes. Right. So when they make vaccines for the next year, they base it off of, you know, what was the most prevalent strain that people were hospitalized for. And these are reported cases of the flu. Reported cases, you end up in the hospital. There's a lot of unreported as well. So, but they base it on that, what the most prevalent flu strain was from the years past.
Right.
Okay, now you guys, of course, give flu shots at so many different sites. Is it just in Erie County that you're going to be giving these shots?
No, we actually go to Crawford County as well.
You have really expanded, haven't you?
We are everywhere. We try to be as convenient as possible. You know, so a person just in their daily life could stop into a drugstore, a fire hall, a church, and get the flu shot.
And how do you choose these sites?
A lot of it is where we've gone before. Sometimes folks call us and like us to, bring the flu shots to them, but it's really just convenience. We try to geographically locate shots all over the area simultaneously, so.
Okay, there's a lot of rural areas that you go to,
Right.
which is great because then they don't have to travel
Right.
into Erie to their doctor,
Correct.
or to the hospital to get
And all
one.
these are listed on our website.
Okay.
And every Thursday in the showcase, mailed to the homes in the Valpak. So, and of course, you can always call the office.
Okay. And what number again should they call?
You can call 453-5072.
Okay. And again, what is the website?
It's www.don'tlettheflubug-you.
All one word.
All one word.
Okay. All right. Now I want to talk about your clinics. Who staffs your clinics? Who's going to give me my shot?
We only staff any of our clinics with registered nurses, licensed nurses. So you'll always be given a vaccine by a professional nurse.
I think that's really important. I really do.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons I started. Well, I didn't get the flu shot because I didn't think I needed the flu shot.
Until you got the flu
Until
that
I
one
started-
time.
No, I didn't get the flu. I started talking to you guys, and I said, this is something I better
a good
do.
preventive
And I
measure.
do get it every year. And I like the fact that it is given to me by a registered nurse.
Right.
All right, now, when I come into any of your sites, what is the process? What am I going to have to bring with me? And what's going to happen?
What you should bring is your health insurance card. And that we will register on a consent form, and there's usually a person there to help you fill that out, or a volunteer. So you'll give some demographic information, your health insurance card, you'll sign it, giving permission to get the vaccination. It's really just a matter of minutes, actually, and they can step over to the nurse and get a shot. It never lasts more than maybe 3 minutes.
It really
Very,
isn't.
very convenient.
It really isn't long. Really, again, because I go there every year, and it's really very
She
easy.
does.
I
She
do.
does indeed.
I do. What do you think are some of the factors that make LifeWorks so successful at conducting these clinics? What are some of the factors?
Years of experience.
Right.
Years of experience. I mean, they've been doing them, like I said, for 39 years. We keep abreast of the latest medical information, talking with drug reps,
I think the way that we are so organized, I mean, it's a very well-oiled
Organization.
machine. So actually the paperwork takes longer than getting the vaccine itself.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so it's a very seamless
Right.
type of process, so.
Okay. Do I have to bring money with me? Is there a
Never.
cost?
No, there's no copay, and there's, no, it's billed directly to your insurance.
Okay, now, I have a question. What if I have a deductible? Now, it's going to get billed to my insurance. What if I have a deductible? I haven't met that deductible.
We can't necessarily state specifically which insurance will cover. There's so many companies, so many plans within each company. For certainty, you could call the number on the back of your card, the customer service number, to verify that. But not normally is it applied to the deductible because it's a preventive service.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Now, we were talking, you're going to be at the Shrine Club again this year.
Yes.
What's the date for that?
Wednesday.
September 21st.
September 21st.
September 21st. And it starts again at what time?
8 o'clock until 3 p.m.
Okay, because I know I'm always there too, so I'm going to have a table representing Millcreek Township, and they start lining up early, don't they?
They do.
I think we have between 60 and 70 vendors lined up, entertainment, samplings from our chef, food samplings from our chef, so all kinds of things planned.
Oh, you're going to have food samplings.
Oh, yes.
I know you have great coffee there. And so you're going to have food samplings there now too. There's entertainment. Who are you going to have for entertainment this year? Do you know yet?
I don't really work in that area, but I believe the Mercyhurst dancers are going
They
to
are
come.
wonderful. They've been there the past few years, and they are just absolutely fantastic. I know one time you had it at a different site, the one time, and you're back now to the Shrine Club.
Yes.
Because of the volume of people.
Right. Nice and convenient, centrally located. Millcreek Police help us out with traffic control on Zook and on 38th. And then staff from the Shrine Club themselves help with direct parking. And then we have the shuttles, so.
In last year's site, we gave over 1,000 flu vaccines.
Did you really?
Yes. So at just one site in 1 6-hour period. So that's tells you how much of the volume that we can process through very seamlessly.
And a lot of times they, even if you aren't in the market for a flu shot at that time, maybe you want to wait a couple weeks. Now we give them out at the municipal building. Maybe someone will say, "Oh, I'm going to bring my husband or my kids, and we'll get it at the municipal building." They can still come to the Shrine Club.
Absolutely. It's an informative, fun day,
is.
lots of information, lots of, you can interact with the Township building and lots of businesses in the area, so.
How many vendors are you looking at again this year? About how many?
We're thinking we're going to have between 60 and 75. It's an ongoing process, and so that's what we're lining up.
Well, I know when I go there, I learn something new because there are so many vendors.
Right.
And I get information that actually I can pass on to my residents that come in. So I think it's really very, very informative.
There's usually government agencies and insurance companies and health organizations, and it's really a wide variety.
You've got the flu vaccine. What about pneumonia? Are you offering that at all this year?
Oh, absolutely. We have the regular pneumonia vaccine, and we also have the Prevnar 13.
What's that?
Prevnar 13 is, it's one of the new ones for 50 and over. Normally, when you're over 65, you would have 2 pneumonia vaccines, but now the Prevnar you can get in your 50s, and then you can get another regular pneumonia shot later. If you've never had either pneumonia shot, you should always start with the Prevnar first, and then about 8 months to a year later, you can get the regular Pneumovax, and then you're done. It's not like every year you have to get it like a flu vaccine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I guess I didn't realize that. I thought you'd have to get it every year.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, one shot is enough. But I think as you're older, it's really important for that pneumonia vaccine because we've seen so many complications with pneumonia, correct?
Such
Yes.
a severe disease.
And you're offering that at the Shrine Club? And are you offering it at all your other sites?
Yes, in smaller quantities, but if someone has a desire to have a Prevnar and they know that they're going to go to a site, they can let us know, and we'll make sure that that nurse has the appropriate vaccine with her. There are also a couple different flu vaccines. I don't know that you're aware, but there are flu vaccines called Flucelvax if you're allergic to eggs or thimerosal.
Okay.
So that's preservative-free. There's also the high dose for those over 65 that does boost your immunity. There's the regular trivalent. It's 2 A's and a B. One that we give from 9 to 99, and then there's a quadrivalent that we give that's provided by the health department that has 2 A's and 2 B's. Okay. So regardless if you have insurance or not, you will get a flu shot from us because that quadrivalent from the health department is a free vaccine for those people who have no insurance.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely wonderful. That is great to know. Now, again, there's so much information that you guys have on this. Where, again, can people find more information about the different sites, about the reason why you need to get a flu shot? Where can they find this out?
They can go to our website, and it's www.don'tlettheflubugyu.com.
Right. And also our LifeWorks website as well.
Either one will take you to the same location. It'll take you to our LifeWorks page.
Okay. And the LifeWorks website is
LifeWorksErie.org.
Erie.org. Okay, a phone number again?
814-453-5072.
Okay, now I know that we're going to have the flu shots at the Millcreek Municipal Building in September, October, November. I'll have those dates up on the screen for you, but you can also give me a call. Now, I know down at 4th and Peach, down at LifeWorks, how often are you going to be offering the flu shots?
Every day.
Every day,
Monday
from
through
9
Friday.
to 4:30.
9 to 4:30.
You don't need an appointment.
Just walk in.
Just walk in. And the same with the sites, at any of the sites. It's walk in, correct?
Right. No appointments necessary.
And again, it's at different churches, it's at different organizations, different government buildings.
Right.
I mean, you're everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Some pharmacies, senior centers, churches, fire halls, municipal buildings. So everybody's been very gracious.
So there's no reason you can't get a flu shot because we're everywhere.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You guys do a great job, and I thank you for doing this. And again, they're the reason I started getting flu shots, because Kathy Bruno talked me into it.
She hasn't had the flu.
So, but you know what? It's not only to protect me. I've got grandchildren, and I'm
That's right.
around so many people every day, and I don't want
That's
to
right.
get anybody sick.
Right.
So I appreciate you guys coming on the show, telling us about your 2016 campaign. It's going to be great. I can't wait for the Shrine Club. Everybody, you have got to come and join them. Come and say hi. Let them know you saw them on the show, and that's Susan and Kathy are the reason that you're getting a flu shot this year. Okay. Yes.
Staying healthy.
That's right. Is there anything else you wanted to add that we didn't touch base on?
We were talking about pregnant women not getting a flu shot, and that was one of the myths that we had talked about.
Oh, okay.
And pregnant women most definitely should get a flu shot. Absolutely, it's safe. If you're feeling like you're worried about any preservatives, get the preservative-free Flucelvax. But definitely should have a flu shot when you're pregnant or thinking about becoming pregnant.
And another thing too, I think people that say someone who is ill, say for instance they're going through treatment, cancer treatments, talk with your oncologist, because I'm going to tell you he's probably going to say get that flu shot.
Right, and people that
Almost
also
definitely.
have
Because they think, well, no, I'm already getting all this, that I don't need it.
right, and other immunocompromised folks with
Exactly.
HIV and that type of thing, you should get a flu shot.
Okay, so it's very important. Ladies, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you for
on the
having
Millcreek
us.
Government Channel. It's been a pleasure, as always. And viewers, really, there's no reason for you not to get a flu shot. It's safe. These guys know what they're doing, and they are everywhere. So if you need more information, check out their website, give them a call. Thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.